In today's topic of sexually transmitted diseases, my topic is the urethral discharge. So today we are doing a syndromic approach. So what is syndromic approach? I just wanted to highlight it. What is syndrome? Syndrome is a group of symptoms which patients complains about and clinical signs that a physician observed during the examination. And the syndromic diagnosis is the identification of consistent group of symptoms and easily recognized signs. Now, syndromic treatment is treat the main organism responsible for the causing syndrome. This approach is very practical and useful for treatment at all levels of healthcare system. So coming to the causes of urethral discharge, there are mainly two groups. One is a gonococcal and the second is a non-gonococcal. In the non-gonococcal group, the causes would be chlamydia, Pseudomonas vaginalis, Mycoplasma hominis, Mycoplasma geneticum, herpes genital, and adenoviruses. So how the patient comes to you, the main symptoms of can be burning micturition, scalding pain during micturition, urethral discharge which could be spontaneous or on pressing. Patient can have fever, patient can have vaginal discharge, soreness, pelvic pain, throat pain, and in the male patient it can be scrotal swelling and in the pain in the scrotum. And there can be some pain or itching in anus area also. Before going for the examination, the history of a patient is very important. We should take detailed history of her unprotected sex, her sexual habits of her partners, history of multiple partners, and when the patient has an unprotected sex. So on the examination, after taking the vitals, we should look for the oral lesions. Like there can be ulcer, pharyngitis, patient can have conjunctivitis also, and the patient can have lower abdominal tenderness. There can be inguinal swellings. We should look for any swelling in the inguinal area, that is called bubonic swellings, and look for the urethral discharge, which could be spontaneous, or after milking the urethra, you can see the discharge coming out of the meatus, and there can be swelling or inflammation of the paraurethral gland, the skin glands, and in chronic cases, there can be some small abscesses over there. Look for any genital ulcers, which because so many sexually transmitted diseases can be concomitant, so we have to look other diseases also, vaginitis or cervicitis, and on bimanual examination there can be tenderness on the palpation. And if the patient is having any anal discharge or itching or pain, we should do a PR examination also. So going for the investigations, we all know in syndromic approach, we don't wait for investigation to come and treat the patient, but these are recommended investigation which should be sent, like urine routine and culture, urethral discharge for the gram stain and culture. One thing is important when we are taking the sample of urethral discharge, 1 hour of holding of urine is important, because if the patient just passes the urine before giving the sample, the discharge may be wiped out. And we try to we do the counseling for the HIV testing, hepatitis B, VDRL, and serological tests for chlamydia and herpes are recommended but not essential. And we do a CBC also. So treatment of urethral discharge is very easy, and if it's looking like a because we give the treatment for all causes at this time. For the gonococcal infection, the start dose is injection ceftriaxone 250 milligram after test dose. It is a single dose treatment, or we can give cefixime 400 milligrams strat. If the resistance to gonorrhea is suspected, in resistant cases, we can give spectinomycin, Septron, or kanamycin, whichever is suited for her. So for chlamydia also, we give the azithromycin, the dose is 1 gram strat, and it should be given empty stomach, is better. And or doxycycline 100 milligram BD for 7 to 14 days. And for trichomonas, the treatment is tinidazole 2 gram stat or metronidazole 2 gram stat. As my friends have said, we should always give some antiemetics before giving the tinidazole. So in the we have in the grey kit for the universal discharge. This grey kit contains tablet norfloxacin, that is 800 milligrams, and tablet 100 milligrams for 7 days, or tablet azithromycin 1 gram. So this is the flow chart for the urethral discharge. When the we have to proceed in this direction. When the patient comes of urethral discharge, we take history, examination, milk urethra if necessary. If discharge is confirmed, so we treat for gonococcal infection and chlamydia infection. In syndromic approach, we have to educate and counsel the patient, promote condom use and provide condoms, manage and treat partner, offer HIV counseling and testing if both facilities are available. Ask patient to return in 7 days if symptoms persist. If there is a no discharge, look for any other genital diseases and treat accordingly, according to the other flow charts. If there is a no other disease, just educate the patient, counsel the patient, promote condom use and provide condoms, offer HIV counseling and testing if both facilities are available, and review if the symptoms persist. So that's all for my topic. Thank you so much for.
Thank you, Dr. Manju Barik. This was really very, very nicely done. Can I request Dr. Abha Sood to give her expert comments, please?
Yes, am I audible?
Yes. Yes.
Hello. So, you know, Dr. Barik has explained it very beautifully, the syndromic approach. And Dr. Sharda has said, since WHO has recommended and their goals are long term, that they want to train the paramedics. So this is a very nice idea to to focus on the syndromic approach. But I would like to add, you know, I always say what is there for me in it. So what do I learn from this? So since most of us are working in a better conditions and better qualified, so if a patient is not happy with the syndromic approach, that means it's recurrent or it is not treated, then one has to go for the systematic diagnosis and the treatment. And number two is the urethral discharge. When I was looking for it, it was mainly for the male patients because the urethra, abdominal part of the and its mucosa, is shed every month as the menstrual and the endometrial. So urethral discharge and urethral urethritis, maybe I have not seen because I didn't know it beforehand, but now I'll be careful because when the patient comes and says, I have got a vaginal discharge, and we put in a speculum and there is no discharge. So that is the point where we should be looking for urethral discharge. And urethral discharge may be very minimum because, as I said, in females, it may not be so much. So we have to inquire about the husband's symptoms, and then we have to take care of the female urethritis. The common kit which we use, Fast3 kit, it has all the components except the cephalosporins, the cefizine. So that has to be added if we are thinking of gonorrhea, which, as Dr. Sharda ma'am has said, is increasing day by day. But since we don't know, so we are not looking for it. So these were a few points. And the asymptomatic bacteriuria also, you know, the patient is coming with urinary symptoms, the urine culture and even microscopic examination is normal. But we keep on giving, you know, you drink more water, you take cranberry juice and all, but we are not thinking about the urethritis part or the cystitis part. So these are the insights which I got after reading about this topic. So again, very many thanks to Dr. Sharda when she comes out with the topics which normally we see. Then what is there in the substance in each and every topic. So thank you very much, Dr. Sharda and Dr. Manju and Delhi Gynae Forum. I'm really enlightened.